Are you shocked by just how expensive it is to extend your home? With high exposure to hidden surprises and unexpected variations, you could be at risk of spending even more money on your extension. And by blowing your budget or having to make sacrifices, your extension could fall short of what you had intended in the first place. Whilst the two seem poles apart, often the cost of a completed extension actually is very similar to building a brand new home. But when you decide to build new, you get the added benefit of a home that suits your lifestyle with improved living comfort through modern construction methods. Hi, I'm Ryan from Stannard Family Homes, and we design and build custom homes for families in Adelaide. Rebuilding the place you call home will also allow you to increase your equity far more than extension will provide. According to Domain, an 80 square metre granite floor extension can cost anywhere between $165,000 and $310,000. So the cost difference is already minimal when you compare it to a new build. Due to the perceived cost benefit of the initial quote, you may be tempted to progress with the extension and possibly look at how costs can be saved. However, what tends to happen in these instances is that the extension is to be built to a substandard level and ends up looking tacked onto an existing building rather than looking like it's always been there. Given the age of the property, money is quickly eaten up with additional charges as the extension runs into hidden surprises and variations. Whereas by taking a more holistic approach, considering the minimal difference in costs, improved living standards and resale benefits, a new build doesn't seem such a drastic decision to make. By choosing a new build, you can be confident that you're making a commercial decision based on a fixed price and certainty of the build. We've all seen those homes that have had an extension with a new living space sticking out like a sore thumb. It never looks good. As you can imagine, this does very little for increasing the equity of your home. So it's a real compromised opportunity, which means you could miss out financially. Some people choose to go down this route as they believe an extension is the cheapest option. Whether it's just a room at the back of the house or larger bedrooms, these still require a considerable amount of labour and materials to design and build. So it'd be wrong to dismiss the option of building new without researching the cost first. Here are some tips that may help you decide whether you should extend or start with a new home. First of all, it's important to know that based on a $300,000 extension, it may only cost as little as 15% more to build new. Starting with a blank canvas would also help regard to layout, design, room placement, even fittings and fixtures, as everything would be brand new. A lot of extensions run into restrictions due to their surroundings and are more likely to run into hidden surprises and variations. Therefore, the costs tend to balloon once the project is begun. However, when you work with a professional builder on your new home, they will provide you a fixed price agreement so that you can guarantee the price you'll be paying. The next thing to do is look at the big picture and identify what you need in a home. The changes in the home are often caused by additions in the family or relatives moving in, or just generally needing more space. However, if you compromise what you want to fit into your existing home, you simply bolt on an extension to provide more space, your home could end up resembling a patchwork quilt. Finally, you take the emotion out of the decision and establish whether an extension would achieve what you really need, or if a new home would fit your lifestyle better. Modern homes are built to a higher standard and designed in such a way that increases living comfort. With better construction methods, homes are built with materials that help to keep you cooler in the summer and warmer in the winter, whilst also increasing daylight into rooms. Rooms are generally larger, with open plan being the norm in new homes. Families can interact and entertain much more easily. With this in mind, it is important to remember that whilst it may have been the family home, moving away from that attachment and considering the other benefits of a new build, it could be the best decision you ever make. The tips I've covered here are just a small sample of the information I can share with you to ensure that you're kept well informed when you get started on your design process. With this in mind, I've put together a quick guide for you to download. Just click on the link below and download our guide, 7 things you must know before designing a new home.